Boom.
Boom. What's going on?
Oh, man.
Ah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. We are here today on I Boomerang chat, and we have an awesome dude joining us this afternoon, man. Hey, Troy, what's going on?
Everything. How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Man, I'm just amazing, man. The morning it's been amazing all morning. From the flight school to everything to having, jumping in here on the I Boomerang chat. It's amazing, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, Brad, what's going on in St. Louis, man?
Hey, man, everything's a beautiful fall morning here. The Christmas in the air, and every Saturday is an amazing Saturday because we start our day off with flight school.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about it, man.
Kit card, it's amazing.
These guys are just amazing. I mean, the support we get, the education we get every Saturday morning from the corporate office is amazing, man. You know, Troy is in New York.
Oh, I'm in spirit in New York. You can see from my office here. In spirit, I'm in New York.
It's a beautiful feeling.
I love that city. That's my city. I'll be there soon.
And it's getting a little nippy in New York, so we had to put on
the best part.
Hoodies today.
I got my hoodie on
everywhere. We're everywhere. Hey, Troy. Hey, man. We got a tradition. Mm-hmm. Every time we got somebody, every time we got a guest, and we always have all our Boomerang guests. So what we really want to do most times is to actually educate our audience. Like, why I Boomerang? Mm-hmm. So many people have many reasons why they join I Boomerang. People have reasons for starting up their businesses. I know you and I have had a conversation in the past where, we met at the event, and that was so cool, man. Because after Facebook, I was like, man, you're in New York? Then we set up an appointment, we got to catch up, and that was all so much fun. So why I Boomerang for you, man?
So for me, for those who don't know me, my name is Troy Tomlin. I'm out of here, Brooklyn, New York. And I've been in network marketing on and off since 2007. I've done multiple different things, and I Boomerang came at the right time. I want to say it was at a time where I wasn't really looking to recruit or do anything like that. So when I saw it, I got in specifically for just customer acquisition. I looked at it, I was like, you know what? It may be hard to recruit people, but people won't normally say, I don't want nothing for free. That's okay with me. I don't want nothing. No, people like free. So if I'm able to provide some value to the marketplace, something free, something they don't have to pay for. I like to tell people, leave your wallet at home. I don't want that. What I do want to do is bless you with something that you can help save. So that was the first reason. But then, the network marketing side of me kicked in, and then I gave someone a Boomerang. And once I gave him a Boomerang, they took a look at it, and he said, "Bro, do you hear this?" I said, "Here it goes." Once he asked me that question, I went to work and I started making my list and started doing all the necessary things when it comes to building the business. So that's the reason why I got started, mainly for customer acquisition.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
What do you think about that, Bart?
Right there's an example of someone who has had experience in the network marketing industry. And up until now, probably meant you had to sell something or you had to recruit someone to get them interested. And then they had to verify, this is going to work, not going to work. This is totally different. So it's just strictly customer acquisition. And you hit the nail on the head when you said free. I mean, this morning, I got a text message from World Market that I could get a free Downton Abbey tote bag for the movie next weekend, So, free, it caught my attention. My first thought was, all you're giving away is a tote bag? You know how much free a Boomerang? It's a totally different concept.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I mean, the way you presented the information, like, it came at the right time, right? Because it's all about timing. It's really about timing, because For the most part, some of us have been, different industries and different companies and seeing what's going on. Most times we got to sell products. We also got to recruit to make money, because in the past, or if you go to different companies, only the highest recruiter actually wins.
Right.
Right. And this goes back to the analogy that Mr. Hortonbox actually presented at the convention about the story of the elephant, the fish, and the monkey.
I love that.
It goes back to that, because the way we are all looking at this information. We are looking at this business concept. It's so simple. It's so simple. Like you said, customers acquisition, because that's the whole point. Customers acquisition, because if you have enough customer base, you don't have to recruit anybody.
Yeah,
exactly. Because people don't. Sometimes we face challenges in actually talking to people, right? And go for it, Bart.
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you said convention and all that, and made me stop and think. One of the very first things that Holton Bugs HB did was when he introduced our global master ambassador, Edwin Haynes. He introduced him as someone who actually made more in commission than HB did on their first commission check. That doesn't happen in traditional network marketing, in a pyramid, even in a corporation. That CEO makes the most money.
Oh, yeah.
Here, it's about what you do to create the results you want.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Troy, like you said about customer base, man. So I'm just looking at. So just tell us, like, what does it take to be a customer, man?
Well, in I Boomerang, for you to be a customer, you just pretty much need an email address, and I'm pretty sure you have one of those. It's literally you need a first name and a last name. I'm sure you got one of those, and you got an email. We got one of those, so we can hook you up with a travel savings membership. And it's not just travel, there's other things in there as well. You got wine club, gift cards and things like that. You can save money on some food. There's many other things in the back office once you get that membership.
Right.
So it has a lot of value in there. And then you think about how much it cost you, which was zero.
Exactly.
You have access to it now. So it's a blessing. It really is.
Right. I mean, you can't beat zero.
Yeah. Well, not only did it cost you nothing, it's going to continue to cost you nothing. Yeah. You will never have to pay a fee for this. On this morning's flight school, they talked about the new rideshare, the Vibe Ride, and they welcomed already, I think it was 170 drivers who are coming to us from the company Mr. Bugs and David Manning purchased. That doesn't happen overnight.
What I love about them purchasing Vibe Rides is something that was already built. They already have like an infrastructure for it. Right. So it's not like we're starting at literally the first, like the rock bottom. Like we acquired something that's already working. Right. So now we're just perfecting it. That's what they're doing right now. And integrating it with what we're already doing with I Boomerang. And once this thing comes out, I mean, listen, if you know a driver,
that's right.
Put your thinking hat on, because this is going to be a wild ride when this thing opens up. So right now, what you're doing is, if you are a partner with I Boomerang, I'm speaking to you right now. This is the time to get them ready to get as many customers as possible. It's all about that real estate.
Right.
And that's what I'm thinking about is, how many customers do I have? How many people have I blessed? How many people did I help today? You know what I mean? The more people I help, you mean to tell me I get something back for helping people?
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's not the incentive. Most of the time, we have to get someone to purchase something that they might not even want, but they did it just off of the relationship you guys had.
Right.
Yeah. So now it's like I'm giving them something that they actually want. They didn't have to spend money on, and they can use in the future to help them save.
Right.
It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. So you nailed it. It's a blessing. You have to see it as a gift, as a blessing.
Absolutely.
These guys that are the Mark Kitcard and T. Gray and Evan Hayes, HB, all of them up the top. They're so clever. Because yesterday they said, hey, yesterday was Friday the 13th. So late in the afternoon, they posted on social media, that make a big blast announcement, post on social media, the 13 challenge. wants you to give out 13 boomerangs, 13 I decides, which is our presentation, folks, and invite 13 people to the flight school this morning. And I thought, okay, I can do this. And I put my focus on it. I gave out 29.
Wow.
And gave out 26 I decides. But the coolest thing was 16 of the 19 people I invited showed up this morning for flight school.
That's amazing.
It doesn't matter to me what they do. They now know about I Boomerang.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's the most important thing.
Going through the numbers.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes, man. Sure, you know, now I'm looking at all the things that we got for a customer, right? The customer is free. It's free for them to actually come up. It's free for them to have access to this platform, man. And I just wanted to talk about the other products that we have on the pipeline. I know you touched a little bit about the Vibe Ride, but let's kind of go through what the Vibe Ride is all about, man. Then we're gonna go through the Boom Mobile. You know, let's see how this actually is going to benefit the customer. And then we, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to talk about the person who thinks about becoming an ambassador and how they can become an ambassador and how they can actually benefit from all this information.
So the flagship product of I Boomerang is of course travel, and that's in an $8 trillion industry. And I even heard somewhere where it said it's expected to rise because the millennials are just traveling; they're going everywhere. So right now it's at 8 trillion, but you can see it getting better in the future. Right. But you see, Holton Bugs mentioned something about taking a trip somewhere, and once you land, you might get a little message saying, "Well, where do you need to go?" Well, for once, hope your flight was safe. That's number one.
Right.
Two, where do you want to go? You have to go to a hotel, right? If you got to go to a hotel, you might have to get a Vibe Ride. Not an Uber. I don't want to say that word. Vibe Ride, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna order a Vibe Ride. They say, you know what? If you do this, you might get $50 off your next vacation. That's the things that they have in a pipeline. That's the kind of Amazon philosophy that they have to the I Boomerang business model. So it's like just being able to connect the two without you having to do it yourself. The company is doing it for you.
Right.
It just means a lot. It means a lot to the industry. You acquired that customer one time, and then now the customer's in an ecosystem that they're developing right now, where they're gonna be able to grab the Vibe Rides. They're gonna be able to say, you know what, I want to save money on my monthly bill.
Right.
So let me get the Boom Mobile instead of the current provider that I have. And I believe the rates, what was it, like $50 a month? Unlimited.
$9.95. Yeah, $50 a month, man. $50 a month.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of things in a pipeline. So I mean, guys,
that's right there, baby.
Oh yeah. So
I'm thinking about this in one whole ecosystem, man. For example, a customer who use our iGo. So guys, for those of you who are watching right now, we have 3 products working right now. We have the iGo, which is your discounted wholesale travel platform. We have the Boom Mobile, which is going to be our mobile telephone service, and we have the Vibe Ride, which is going to be our rideshare program. So this is all going to be combined into one platform. I know. Mr. Tigre actually did a presentation at the convention, and he was talking about the mobile app. I know we've been crying so much about the mobile app coming fast because we feel like it's gonna be most valuable for our customers to have mobile apps to just easily, book their trip on their phone. But he said, listen, we don't want to just be a mobile app like every other mobile app out there.
Right.
We're building an ecosystem which is gonna integrate everything that we do with our PRIB. Man, what tell us about the PRIB, man.
Well, when you hear the PRIB, you think it's all these left brain math people doing all this stuff they do because it stands for Perpetual Residual Income Builder. That's the acronym. The key word is perpetual and builder. It continues to grow and grow and grow and build. PRIB is also becoming both a verb and a noun. because just like you have Siri and just like you have Alexa, you're going to say, hey, Prib, I want to go to New York to visit my buddies up there. What you got for me? And Prib's going to pull up not only airlines, but hotels. But we saw a thing this morning on the flight school where a person came to Vegas from New Zealand and they saved $12 on a hot air balloon ride. That was on her bucket list that she wanted to do while she was in Vegas, and the Prib provided that for her.
Wow.
She'd have to go out and search for anything else. She had her iGo. She looked right there on the iGo, and she found the hot air balloon ride, and it was $12 discount for her to go on that balloon ride.
Wow, that's excellent.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's super crazy, man. I had a friend of mine yesterday, and we had a conversation. So he was like, I travel around the country for I'm a softball coach, whatever. I travel around the country. I coach, high school, middle school kids. I'm saying, wow, that's pretty cool, man. So like, you stay in all these hotels. I say, yeah, I stay in all the hotels, and it's being paid by the school. I said, but we have a program which is part of. I mean, it's not just about a business model, but also about the fact that we have a foundation, right? Troy, what do you think about a foundation, man? Like all the work that we're doing for the Boom Foundation.
Well, it's always important to give back. Always important to give back.
Right?
And to those much is given, much is required, right? So that's another thing about just giving out the boomerangs, because every time we give out a boomerang, we feed someone who needs it, a child that doesn't have the means to feed themselves. So through the Boom Foundation, every time we give out a boomerang and they activate it, someone's eating. That's important. We got to eat, nourishment going to the children. We all need it. So it's another blessing that are provided to us to be able to give back to those who aren't less fortunate.
Right. Yeah. What do you think about that, Bart?
Well, what's really cool about the Boom Foundation, and guys, we saw it happen there in Vegas in 20 minutes time, just by the ambassadors' leadership giving. We fed or provided almost 3.4 million meals of nourishment.
Ooh, yeah.
Which was crazy. And you would think, oh my God, look what they're doing. 3.4 million meals have been provided now. That's not enough for the Boom Foundation and for I Boomerang. Their goal is not to feed kids. Their goal is to eradicate hunger.
Absolutely.
No doubt in my mind that is going to happen. That's hunger off the planet.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's our goal. Like everybody, every ambassador. Because one of the things one of the things that I always think about is how will it be for us to belong, to be part of an organization that actually do care so much about humanity, And on a personal note, sometimes we want to do good and help other people around the world, but we don't have the means. You may be making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, and at the end of the year, you feel like you didn't have enough money to actually support somebody else. But being part of an organization that actually gives you the ability to do that. You can actually provide this means. You can actually send out information out there. And every time somebody activates a boomerang, it's so cool. I was speaking to one of my friends on LinkedIn, and she is an executive in a whatever corporation. And I was like, we have a program which actually empower kids, and we feed kids every time somebody activates a boomerang. Like every time somebody activates and get access to this platform, which is free, we are able to feed a kid. And she was like, I am so grateful to be, to contribute to that, to see how I can do that. And it goes back to the point, like, hey, Trey, like you said, it goes back to that for us actually giving back. Giving back. So I really, really appreciate that, man. So I want us to talk about, I read out something this morning that goes back about somebody that said, we actually spend most of our time, when you're on vacation, you spend most of your time actually working. I know, Troy, you recently went on your vacation on the cruise, man. Tell us the experience, how that relates to what you just read.
I don't know if I can relate to working on my vacation because I know I definitely didn't do any of that, but I did a lot of enjoying. It was a 7-day cruise. Actually, ended up turning into a 10-day cruise due to the hurricane.
Right.
And because of that, I spent more time with my loved ones. I have family, my girlfriend, best friends, their girlfriends. It was 10 of us, so we enjoyed the experience. But the only work that I did was I shared some boomerangs, and I also checked out the live feed for the Vegas event.
Right.
So any second that I had that I wasn't moving around doing anything, I was watching the live feed from the Wi-Fi from the ship, so I could stay plugged in as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. I was reading that when I read through this, I saw that most of us Americans, we use our vacation time. When you're preparing for vacation, that last 2 weeks, you're on high performance. You try to do as much work as possible because your mind is already on vacation.
Yeah,
you just want to get everything done as soon as possible. But I'm asking myself, how about setting a lifestyle where you wouldn't have to think about vacation as a tab on your calendar? Where you have to live a lifestyle which is kind of free, because that's one thing we all share: freedom. We all want something, we all want that lifestyle, right? Yep. And I know you had a great time, man. I saw some of your pictures. That was amazing.
I'm looking to upload some videos to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and things like that. I'm gonna edit some of that stuff today too, so you can check it out once I finally get it all out to you all, so you can enjoy the experience with me. I did like a little bit of like a vlog style.
Yeah.
Right.
So I never did that before, so that was fun trying that out. But yeah, it was great.
It's always the first time in everything, man. It's always the first time. So I mean, as we're about to think, we're thinking about wrapping up. I'm thinking about how we're giving somebody an opportunity, somebody who is watching this video right now, and this is their first time checking us out. They probably don't know what I Boomerang is all about. They're seeing us having all this gear and everything. They're like, "Hey, what this guy's doing?" Like, So, Bart, what can you tell somebody?
Well, first thing I want to say is, you had a great question there about, your vacation and work. And when you're an ambassador with I Boomerang, your work is your vacation. So, like Troy took a cruise. Every bit of that could be a tax deduction because he's there scoping out things. He's making a vlog out of it. He's giving out I Boomerangs, but he's enjoying the heck out of it. I mean, F-U-N with it. So what can someone do? One of two things. 3 comments underneath one of the 3 of us about, hey, I want a boomerang, or hey, tell me more. We've got a presentation we can send you. We can send you, other information. But then maybe you were invited to this by someone who's part of I Boomerang. Get back to them. Because the purpose of the 3 of us on this call today is not to promote our business. The purpose is to promote I Boomerang.
Right.
We all work together to promote it because when one person succeeds, we all succeed with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Troy, any last word for our audience out there, man? I mean, they're checking us out, and we are just so excited to have you on board. We just want to
listen, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I definitely appreciate you guys for getting me on this. The last thing I would say for anyone who's been watching and has been following, definitely if you are on that fence, it is time to jump over that fence and get to whoever told you about this, because the timing is now.
Right.
I've never been in a situation where I'm able to capitalize on something this early in the game by this type of leadership, because it's not good to just have a company and with not proper leadership. You need the right leadership on top of whatever product or service that you have.
Right.
And Boomerang, we have the #1. Listen, if you think about NBA, you think about Michael Jordan. If you think about our industry, you think about Mr. Holton Buggs.
That's right.
So you definitely want to get off that fence and get back to the person whoever told you about this and find out what's going on with I Boomerang.
Absolutely, man. You just touched something very, very important out there. You said the timing. You know, you say the timing, because most times we don't have an opportunity to be in an environment where a company just started up. You know, at a startup company. I spoke to one of my friends yesterday morning, and I said, if you had an opportunity of investing in Uber when Uber just started, with what you know right now about Uber, would you have done it? He said, absolutely. I said, so this is what I'm going to tell you. This is an opportunity again for you. And you're blessed because I am somebody who know, and I am bringing this opportunity right in front of you. And it's either you take action today or not. Opportunities are always come, but when it comes, somebody takes action. And if you don't take action, guess what? Somebody else is going to take action. Yeah. So you want to be that person that actually does take an action, you know? And that's the timing, man. The timing. We are sitting right in front of a whole opportunity with a guy who is like, you know, the hero. Is the hero of the industry. Like everywhere you mention his name, somebody have heard about it. Somebody know his work.
Yeah.
You know, and this is an amazing leadership, man.
Right.
Amazing.
Amazing leadership right here. And we are just proud to be here. And we are super excited to share this opportunity with anyone who is out there, who is on the fence. Like Troy said, if you're on the fence, if somebody invited you over, somebody showed you this opportunity, somebody showed you these videos, check us out, go back to this person, get back to us, send your comments out there, share the video with people who need this information as well. If you want to get a recommendation, if you want somebody else to actually check out the video, send out the video to them, man. Let them check it out. Let them let you know if these guys are authentic or not, because we are speaking without any scripts, just so you know.
Yeah, and I'll add that whole thing that you guys just said, you know, think back to when Amazon only sold books. That's all they did was sell books. Like someone said to me yesterday, I never realized Amazon only sold books. That's how they got started.
Right.
Right now, our you know, marquee product is travel. That's what we're known as. But let me tell you something about us compared to Amazon. In our 5.5 months of pre-launch before we kicked off, we did more in 5.5 months of business than Amazon, Apple, and Uber did in their first 2 years.
Boom.
That's a boom right there. That's a boom right there. If that information didn't make you change your mind, if that information didn't get you thinking, well, you gotta start thinking.
That's right.
You gotta start thinking.
That's right.
It was always a pleasure having you guys on board, man.
You too. Yeah. Thank you for being part of it.
I appreciate you. Yep.
All right, guys. See you guys on our next video coming up tomorrow, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll always be here to talk about I Boomerang because it's what we do. We just boomerang.
Boom.
Boom. Bye, guys.
Bye now.